neat little cover here with some great colors in there as well. But let's go ahead. Let's just get right on into the review here. So let me click off of this. And Beer doesn't have. He got this from the other time. Haven't scanned any of the images in, so you're not going to see any dialogue or anything like that. But pretty close representation of what the book looks like, minus some lettering and some other things there. But anyways, starts off the Expendables. They're out there doing their expendable business out there. And oh, hey Jeff, good to see you here. They're doing their expendable business, and all of a sudden, bad things happen. And Stallone wakes up in hell. Oh my goodness! I mean, that's a terrible, terrible way to wake up. So, anyways, he picks up Audie Murphy for some reason, and the kind of theme is they're battling. They're going to be doing a very big battle and trying to. I don't know, wage war against the devil. So apparently you have some good people in hell and some bad people in hell, and so they're fighting each other, and they're trying to get to Hill 666 to defeat Lucifer, and I'm not really sure what the plan was after that. It was just, yeah, let's go up here and defeat. Well, they do defeat Hitler, but also Satan as well. Kind of, half a dozen one, six the other. But yeah, anyway, so they end up in hell with Audie Murphy there, and are battling it out. And one of the very interesting things there was it goes through a couple different art styles. So you have a number of people that are drawing this. I think it was, oh gosh, I should have written this down. I think this is Aaron Alfeche, if I'm not mistaken. I correct Bear if he's wrong here, but I think it was Alfeche here that was doing the drawings, but it kind of goes in between some styles. I remember Kelsey Shannon was one. Let's see, I think it was Butch Geist was another one. There was I think one or two other ones that they kind of changed some of the art styles with. So no explanation. It just kind of goes from one page to another. It kind of depends on how you kind of feel about that, but it's kind of interesting way of showing. There's a number of different characters as far as the Expendables go. It mainly follows Stallone, but they've got some of the other characters here as well that it kind of follows. So, I think the Kelsey Shannon one was. Pardon me, I can't remember the character's name, but the Jason Statham character kind of follows him as his kind of struggles through hell, and kind of meeting back up with the rest of the gang there. A couple of other ones as well. Dolph Lundgren, I think that was the Butch Geist one. They're driving around in a Ford Mustang. Why there's a Ford Mustang in hell? You'd figure it would be like the 80s Mustang or something like that. Not one of the classic Mustangs. You'd figure cars in hell, there it is, there's the classic Mustang there. You'd figure cars in hell, they would have like a Yugo, maybe like a PT Cruiser or something like that. I'm not really sure why they have a Mustang in hell, other than it's a bad arse car, as it were. So, let's see. P-Money, I finally, got a Brutus update. They said that they should have International done by July. Holy moly. Holy moly. Yeah, it says woohoo. Let's see. P-Money also says, I think waking up falling out of a bed was bad, but Stallone has me beat. Yes, indeed. Jeff asked if he fell out of bed. Yeah, just last week. Alright, so anyways, Dolph Lundgren jumps out of the... This just kind of shows you kind of what this sort of story is about. Dolph Lundgren jumps out of the Mustang and tackles one of the flying horses and takes off into the wilderness until I guess the horse starts to get a little uppity, and then he beheads the flying horse, and falls down through some a ceiling somewhere and starts to fight demons. That's the kind of story this is. So let me do the other one here. There he goes. There's the Valkyries that Dolph Lundgren's going to jump off of, and there's Jason. So they have a number of the different Expendables characters there. I'm sorry, I don't remember the characters' names there, but anyways, got a number of the characters there. This is the Kelsey Shannon artwork that he had. I think nothing against the main artist there, but man, I always wish Kelsey would do more stuff. But the stuff that he did in this book actually looked really good. I kind of wish the entire book kind of looked like that. Some of the colors were they were fine. They just sometimes were a little bit flat and stuff like that. So you have I don't know, German Stuka bombers trying to take out a Ford Mustang in hell. It's one of those stories. They probably spent a good, probably quarter, maybe half of the budget just on a mound of cocaine that they. I'm joking, of course, but it's kind of an interesting, a very interesting story to kind of get through here. Let's see. I think the best thing to kind of say about it is that it's very representative of where we want to go with either independent comics or Comicsgate. I'm not really sure where your boy Zach kind of stands on some of that stuff, but a really good thing that you're getting not only people like Stallone, but I would imagine you need people's like Jason Statham here. You need his likeness, so I'm assuming that they got the other actors to sign off on having their likeness done in the comic book here. So uh, I think that's a good thing. You're getting more and more people in. I wish that it would have drawn a little bit more of kind of an audience there, but I think it made, if I'm not mistaken, 250,000, something like that. So they did pretty good. A number of people were projecting like $1 million. I don't know if it would have done that well, but he did pretty good with it. But the biggest thing is being able to draw some of these bigger names in to the realm, to the Comicsgate realm, as it were. There, so aside from anything else, I think just the book, just that it was able to do some of that stuff. We're having Sly Stallone sign the comic book, so I think just that in and of itself is a success. No matter what you think about the book or what you think about the story or anything like that. Um, Bear's opinion is it's a little bit kind of like well, if you like the Expendables series, if you're a big fan of this series, I think they've got three movies out for it. Bear's seen the first one, and it's been a while ago. So, if you're a fan of this series, I would say, yeah, this is a great companion piece that would kind of go along with it. Maybe a little table item, to kind of conversation piece, that sort of deal. It's kind of interesting. At the same time, it's also very, you know, it's very unique. It's very unique. It kind of switches between very theological stuff. It's not a very theological book, but they are, obviously talking about good and evil, that sort of deal. So they got some of that stuff in there. It kind of changes tone a little bit along the line. I'm not sure if that's too many cooks in the kitchen trying to write some of the stuff. I mean, they've got, let's see, it's your boy Zach, Sly Stallone. I think he just did the story, though. Chuck Dixon, Dick's out for Dixon, and I'm not sure. I think there was a fourth writer in there as well. I could be wrong, but yeah, it seemed to kind of switch back and forth. Some of the stuff didn't have enough setup as it needed to have, but I think it was fine. The only thing that Bear would kind of complain about is sort of the ending. Um, it's one of those things where you have a very outlandish concept to begin with, so how do you resolve? In other words, okay, the Expendables die and go to hell. Well, that pretty well precludes any new movies out. So obviously they need to. Spoiler alert! Sorry, everybody. They need to bring the characters back, but the way that they did that was kind of. It was one of these sort of. It was all a dream, but it wasn't all a dream because everybody remembered it. But they were all kind of freaked out at the end, except for Dolph Lundgren. He wanted to go back, I guess, chop off more horses' heads. So the ending was kind of a little bit weird, but other than that, it's a fine story. I mean, it's an interesting concept, so they take the concept to the nth degree. They're fighting like Genghis Khan and good old Adolf there, and Saddam Hussein, and a number of other people. Benedict Arnold is apparently on the good people's side. I don't know. let's see, who was it? Ulysses S. Grant was in there for some reason. I don't know why. Audie Murphy as well. So, kind of interesting on those aspects. But yeah, other than maybe some of the hiccups in the campaign and some of the delivery hiccups. I think it was supposed to come out a little while back, and it kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. And so, people have kind of, a bad taste in their mouth as far as that's concerned. But other than that, I think it's a good book. I think it's a marker book as far as Comicsgate goes, as far as kind of bringing in more bigger names in the sort of Hollywood realm. I think that's a great idea. We were talking, I think it was the last time, it might have been the time before, um, bringing or trying to do movies, trying to do like an independent thing. So this really kind of helps shine a spotlight on the Comicsgate world. So people out there that have really great ideas as far as maybe they might have a movie idea, but you can't afford it or do something like that. Well, hey, go ahead, go out and make a comic book, and might be spotted by Sly Stallone or something like that, and maybe they might want to make a movie out of it. So I think that generally thing, it's great. I think what they did was a great thing. The campaign being late, some of the other stuff. The ending was a little bit weird, but I think it's fine. Other than that, probably a sort of a good solid B. I guess I would say a good solid B. I think again, if you're not a huge Expendables fan, it's a good book. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The people that are gonna get the most enjoyment out of it is the Expendables folks out there. So if you're a fan of that, or if you know somebody that's a fan, I'd probably cue him into what's going on here. Let me go back to the pretty cool cover here. I like that. I like that cover. Pretty neat. All right. Let's see. P Money asks if a plane crashes, the plane goes to hell too. They explain it in the book as far as it's just like a never-ending battle. So essentially, you die in hell. You're already dead, but you're in hell and you die in hell again. Um, you basically kind of come back, kind of like a what's the movie Groundhog's Day, kind of like that, where you kind of come back and repeat the same thing over and over again. So the sort of through line for the book here is that they're trying to break that spell, as it were. But again, spoiler alert: they get to the devil, and they have I'm trying to remember the name of it. The spear that the Roman soldier used on Christ when he's up there on the cross there. The spear is something or another. Spear of Nazareth or something like that. I forget. Anyways, so Stallone has that, and that's kind of their key to sort of defeating some of the demons. And then they grab all the guys come around and grab the spear, so to speak, and then they go back, and then it was all a dream, that sort of deal. So that's kind of how they handle death in the sort of story here. Um, kind of interesting, but yeah, I mean, I don't. You've got a great concept, but at the same time, you've got to kind of return it back to its original place because you can't throw out the movies or anything like that. So you had to kind of compromise on some of that stuff. But other than that, it's not bad. Not bad. All right, let's see. Humans, thank you for watching this video. If you wish to have more, please like and subscribe. And don't forget that bell for notification. It would please Bear very much. You don't want to see Bear bad, do you? Grrrr.